Hello everyone, welcome back. So in last video we have discussed about how to use AutoCAD and what are the basic tools and basic settings that should be implemented in AutoCAD, right? So in today's video we'll be discussing how to make a residential building plan. And in order to start that residential building plan, we should know some basic dimensions, how to plan a building and how to execute in the building plans as well as for residential purpose by using AutoCAD. So before entering to AutoCAD, I will share you few important dimensions for building plannings. So let's start that with small presentation here. So everybody is aware about residential building. What is the meaning of residential buildings? So that is for occupants purpose. So it can be a G plus 1 or G plus 2 or just existing with the ground floor plan. So basically in India we have a multi-story buildings also like flat systems and apartments we also say. And how to prepare a basic residential building plan. Let's talk about a small dimensions or plot size. So let me go into the presentation and explain you what are the basic dimensions that to be used in planning part. So first of all, what you want to know is what are the rooms that you are going to have in your residential buildings. So basically we call room dimensions. So what are the room dimensions and how to use these room dimensions that in a proper plan and dimensions for comfortable living purpose. So we call first of all a living room. A living room might be a hall or a guest rooms. All these are called living rooms. So when you order a kind of room dimensions, so you need to know what should be the basic size. So how I can plan a basic size or a dimension for this kind of living room. So this is the first part we should know. So what is this living room and what is the kind of creativity that you want to bring in your plans. So it depends on the client or depends on the designer. So what are requirements in that particular room, how many windows are required or how many doors are required, that is depends on the designer or the client requirements. So according to that we will prepare a building plans. So next part which you want to know about kitchen. So is we have modular kitchens also. So basically we have modular kitchens, so with a hub. So this is a vent hub and we have interior lighting settings, cupboards and a dining, small kind of dining. All this we have in modular kitchens. So what size should I go for kitchen? So when I plan for some modular kitchens, what should be my dimensions of a room? Right, so that I'll be discussing. Then what about the bedroom? So when you go for a double bedrooms or single bedroom, what should be my room size and what is the luxurious size where I can make a comfortable place to sleep. And main thing in bedroom we have to plan for a proper ventilations, because in the kind of daytime we have a humidity effects or you have a proper lighting effects. So we need to plan according to that. We need to show how much light intensity is required for bedrooms. All these are the things in planning. The next we need to know about bathrooms. So we are aware about the bathrooms. We have attached washrooms and individual bathroom and toilets also we have. Some require for a bathtub. So what should be that dimensions? All these things we are going to discuss. And then here comes the basic size which you should be aware about it. So what is this basic size and why I am discussing here? So this is to understand what should be my basic room size. So if you're talking about some basic room size, the living room, either it will be a hall or a kitchen, whatever it is, basically we go for 10 feet by 10 feet. So this is the room size we need to plan like inner dimension. So I'm talking about inner to inner dimensions. So 10 feet at least. So this should be a proper size for a living purpose. So further that we can have some increased size, 10 feet by 12 feet, 10 feet by 15 feet and 12 feet by 18 feet. So we can change the dimension according to your plot size. So what is that plot size is the ground. What is the availability of your ground and what you have purchased, that depend on the plot area. So according to that plot area we can increase the living room. So it's purely depend on the client as well as depend on the plot size. The next we have a grand hall. So what is this grand hall? It's like party hall you have or some big kind of celebrations part. So over there you want to make a big hall type, luxurious type. So then you can go for 22 feet by 24 feet and 20 feet by 26 feet. Next we discuss about a kitchen. So basically a kitchen have 8 feet by 10 feet is for a small family. So when you have a type of a small family, so then we can go for 8 by 10. So For small size of family, we can go for it. 10 and 8 you can go. If you are having a huge number of family members, then you can go for 10 by 15 feet room size. With modular kitchen, you want to plan for a modular kitchen, then yes, we can recommend 12 by 15 also. The next part you need to know about master bedroom. So what is this master bedroom? Is nothing but attached washroom. So you have some attached washroom inside it. Then we suggest to go with 12 feet by 18 feet without bathroom, just a bedroom and a table. So you want to put a bed and a simple table, then I recommend you to go with 10 feet by 10 feet. The next, we want to have an individual bathroom. So we want a detached bathroom, so without any inside the room, so it's dedicated bathroom and dedicated like a detached part. So there we need to know how much size is required. So when you prepare this bathroom, this is a very critical part in the planning, because we need to have a spacious part for taking bath and toilet. So make sure that your dimension should not be less than 5 feet by 4 feet or 5 feet by 6 feet. So this is a basic size when you do planning for a bathroom and toilet. You can increase the size, it depends on the size, like you want to have a combined bathrooms and toilet with bathtub, so then you can go for 8 by 5 also, or maximum size we can go for 10 feet by 8. So this will be a very big size of bathroom as I showed in the picture. So this will be a very big size of bathroom, luxurious type with bathtub. The next we need to know about balcony sit out. So where for balcony purpose we are sitting in a bedroom side or in a corridor side, so we can plan a balcony sit out, that is with 6 feet by 4 feet or 6 feet by 8. The bigger and like a luxurious type we can go for 12 feet by 10 feet, right? Next, the important thing is all about your car parking. So car parking is the biggest question. What type of car you are going to purchase in future, and how I want to plan my car parking in my house. So when you don't know what car you are going to purchase, so in future, or you have some space for that, so you can prepare a car parking slot or a particular area considering two things. One is called clearance. So what is this clearance is? So when you open the car door, so there should be a clearance for exiting. So when you exit from the car, there should be some clearance between the wall. So consider this as a wall, and from the wall, the gap between the car, at least 2 feet by 3 feet should be provided. And same way in front side. So if you have a wall in front side, at least when you park a car 1 feet by 2 feet, you can provide it. In certain case, a space criteria will be a critical challenging. At that time, we can reduce the size. So at that time, we can reduce it to 1.5 or 1 feet. We can reduce it, and very critical size we have in that case. Similarly, on the other side, 2 feet to 3 feet we need to have. And when you close the gate, suppose you have a gate here, so gate closing is there. So according to the gate size, so what is the gate size your provision, so that provision should be there. Again, we need to keep at least the clearance 2 feet, at least clearance should be kept. So this is a car parking. So how I justify my car parking when planning, so especially for students who are planning for this building diagram, so you should have some idea about the cars. So let me show you here. So this is the car size. So you should know about what type of car you are going to purchase. So either you are going to for a XUV type or SUV type. So depending on the car size. So here I am taking a simple example of Alto. So if you see this Alto car, the total length of the car is near about 12 feet. So approximate maximum it will cover around 12 feet. And same way the height is 5 feet. Width is also 5 feet. So near about this only. So 12 by 5 is my size. Include your clearance 2 feet all over side, so you can make a car parking easily. Similarly, when you go for a heavy XUV type cars, so again here you want to have the dimensions. So all this you can take a reference from any websites. So what is the car dimensions from automobile industries, you can come to know what is the dimensions of the car. Yes, next part which you want to know is all about your staircase. So everybody is aware about the staircase. So staircase we have two things. One is called exterior staircase, and we also have interior staircase. So it's also depend on the planner and the client which type of staircase they are willing to plan in your building. So when you talk about interior and exterior, it space criteria is important. So according to the space, we need to plan a staircase part. So staircase can be provided like you have some washroom. So you might be seeing this kind of houses. So you have a staircase, and below the staircase you may have a washroom. So they utilize this below slab portion. So below the slab portion can be used for a bathroom. So these are depends on the application, so where you are going to place the staircase. So now the first things is called your rise and thread. So when you see the staircase, so this is called thread, so this width is called your thread, and rise is nothing but the height. So how much height you want to keep for the staircase. So if you increase this rise, what happen, you get a knee problem. Age old people can't climb the staircase, so this is a problem will be there. So here is some standard size of staircase is given, that is your rise can be kept at least 4 inch to 7 inch. So I'm saying an inch, and again thread can be in 9 inch to 11 inch you can provide for the thread. So these are the things we should be aware about the part. And finally we need to know about sizes. What are the different types of staircase and width? So when you talk about the size, so over here we see that one person in a private house, or what is the size we require, 36 inch or 91 centimeters is required for a particular one person to pass away. So when you have two person to pass away from the same staircase, so at least 125 centimeters you need to provide it. So if you have to have some comfortable space between the persons, then maximum 152 centimeters we can provide. Or in a kind of public places, public buildings like school, college, all this type of public buildings, we can go for 188 centimeters. So these are the things how you plan your staircase, width of the staircase depending on the requirements. And if you are going for Vastu, so what is Vastu? Basically it's a belief that how to plan a building with respect to the science. So we are aware about the directions of north, south, east, west. So according to the navigation sign, so where the spirituality as well as the environmental aspect, how to plan your building. So this picture can help you out. So in order to make a planning of your rooms, so exactly if you see in the north side, you can see your bathrooms or entrance, and especially for septic tank purpose northwest side, or master bedroom in southwest directions, or kitchen in southeast directions. So these are some basic things which you can go for Vastu also. And now coming to start a diagram. So how to start a planning in using AutoCAD. So before you start any diagram in AutoCAD, make sure that you are ready with room dimensions. So without room dimension you can't start the drawing. So you should have a idea what is the dimensions required, and what are the dimensions I'm going to keep for my bedroom or hall. These are the things with respect to your plot area. So you should know about this with respect to plot area. So what is the plot area? I will tell you. So plot area is nothing but the ground. So what size you are going to purchase, or what is the size of your plot. So this is we call plot area. So where the building is going to build it. So in this plot area you have some clearance. So we need to give a clearance in all over side, and we are going to make a building here. So this we call it as a built up area. So here the building is going to come. Got it? So this is your plot area and this is your build up area. So your building is going to construct in this built up areas, right? So next, what you want to know, number of room requirements. So how much room is required in that particular building or the particular plot area, either it is a G+1 or G+2. So it depends on the requirements. So depend on that, you can arrange the number of rooms in that particular area. The next, location preference of the rooms. So where you are going to place the room. So you should know idea where I am going to keep my hall and kitchens. So you need to roughly divide. So here is my hall. So this side I am going to plan my kitchen. So this side I am going to make my bedroom. So this side I am going to make my study room. So these are the requirements. So you need to calculate in your mind where my location of rooms is going to be arranged. The next, take care of a free space. So as I already said, these are some kind of free space which should be provided all over side of your house. So this also depend on the city to city variations are there. So we need to think about it, how much free spaces are there. So I'll be telling this in National Building Code. There is a guidelines for this, how much free space should be there, depend on the building part. The next part which you should know about is car size, as I discussed. So what should be a car size? and then further that number of windows and number of doors opening. So in a particular hall or in a part, so where you're going to keep a window, so where you're going to plan a door. So these are the ideas which you need to draft it. So for beginner, so what you do, you start with basic line sketch. So I suggest to start with the line sketch, then go for plan. So if you're already a moderator in AutoCAD, then you can directly start with plan, and then you can go for section and elevation. So what is line sketch basically? So line sketch is nothing but it's just a rough draft. You can take a piece of paper also, or you can do it in AutoCAD also. Just draw roughly. Okay, just draw roughly. After drawing roughly, you plan what is the room I want to have. So this is my hall. So I'm just going to take this dimension as 12 feet. Okay, so this I'm going to take 12 feet. This I'm going to take it as 15 feet, like this. So next room I will plan something called a bedroom. So let's say bedroom. So this is also 12 feet now. Now I'm just going to take simply as 18 feet. So like this is called line sketch. So we come to know the idea, what is my room size. So according to my room size, I just arrange my rooms with the respective dimensions. So here I'm going to make some bathroom, so water closet. So I'm just going to take it as 6 feet over here, and this side I'm also going to take it as 7 feet. So like this we need to prepare a line sketch. So when you develop this in AutoCAD, it will be much easier to understand it. So every wall thickness basic concept. So we take basic wall thickness, that is called 9 inch. We take it as 9 inch wall. So every houses maximum we have 9 inch wall, that is converted into 230 mm. So we take it as 230 mm. Like partition walls are there. Suppose you have a bathroom partition wall. So we generally take it as 6 inch. So we go for a 6 inch. So these are the size which you need to know about planning. And further that, again, wherever you want a room, so you want a kitchen here, so you can draw the kitchen. So what is the remaining dimension? So off of this part, 6 plus 1.5 you can take, so 1 feet. So this will be 8 feet. Again, this dimension, how much you want to take. So let's say it as 12 feet. So these are the planning, how you want to bring it in your sketch. So we will be developing this in the AutoCAD with the proper plan, with the proper dimensions, all this thing. So now let me take you to AutoCAD, and we will start with simple basic room. So how to start with the dimensions, and how to add a wall thickness by using the commands offset and layer manager, which we discussed about layer manager, text style dimensions, and about a trim command, all these things. So let's start with a 2-room set. So I'll go for a 2-room set. So once you open the AutoCAD, we are aware about how to open and make a part. So last part I said you about the drawing templates and drawing file. What is the difference between drawing templates and drawing? So if you have not watched that video, please go and watch it. What is the difference between drawing template and drawing? So today I'm going to start with the drawing directly. So I'm just going to go with DWG file. So let's go ahead with the new. So new DWG file, open. Right, now once you open, you know what is the first step. We go for units, make it as feet. I'm just going to go for architectural, and 0, then feet. Okay, right, next part we are going to go for limits. I'm just going to turn it off. I'm going to turn it off, limits. Then next we go for dimensions and text style. So as I already discussed this part, create a new. So give your name and then give the size. So this also I said according to your units. So what size I'm preferring, it depends on the units what I'm using in my step number 1. Right, then you can change this to TXT also. We can go for TXT, that is text. Click apply, set current, close. The next dimensions, again set, you can go for new. Okay, continue. Then you are aware about again the size You can give a 6-inch arrow size. Then text, you already have a name. Primary units, it should be as similar to your previous one. Okay, precision 0 feet and 0 inch. Click OK. Set current, close. So right, so now we have done some basic settings which we have discussed already. So how to start now? So just go ahead, home, and make sure this offset tools and ortho mode and object tracking mode, it should be on. So make sure your object tracking, so go for object tracking, object snap, object tracking, select all. So make sure all is on before you start. And also you can start with ortho mode on. So go for ortho mode on. Right, so ready, let's go ahead. So let me start with the polyline. I'm not starting with a rectangle, so we can do with rectangle also. So for the beginner level, I'm starting with polyline. So let's take with the polyline, and we are going to start with somewhere here. I'm going to start. So let's take a dimensions of 10 feet and 12 feet in Y direction, again 10 feet in X and 12 feet in downward. Right, now you see I have drawn a room at 10 feet by 12 feet. So we have drawn a sketch which is at the 10 feet and 12 feet. So now you can easily measure that with inner dimensions. So you can easily get 10 feet and the inner dimension is 12 feet. So now we are going to take a wall thickness. As I said, we want 9-inch wall thickness. So the command used here is offset. So go for O, enter. So you get a offset command, just enter it. So as a size we need to mention 9-inch. So 9-inch you should enter it. So click it. Now select the wall. You are not supposed to go inside because we are taking inner dimension to inner dimensions. So we are not going for that. So do it outward. So we need to move the cursor outside of the wall. So click enter. Now you have a clear dimensions of the room, 10 feet by 12 feet. So this is your outer dimensions. Now if you measure the outer dimension to outer dimensions, you will be getting 11 feet 6 inch. And same way, if you want to measure from midpoint to midpoint, you can find out from the midpoint to midpoint and you can measure the dimensions. Right, so these are the things we should be aware about it. Now let me undo the dimensions and then let me complete the room first. Okay, so now we have done it. Further that next room I need to start. So let's go with another room and make sure where you are starting. So I'm just going to start from the nearest point of this room. So from here we are going to take a line. I'm just going to make it as 8 feet and then I'm going to go for 15 feet and then I'm just closing again 8 feet, then I'm just closing it. Now room is ready. We have done already this dimension, but I have not repeated this line. Now O, enter, offset, click this line and then make a room. So now we are done with 2 rooms. So 2 rooms are ready. One is 10 feet by 12 feet, another one is 8 feet by 15 feet. So simple. Now let's go for your door and window. So how to make a door and window? We can use objects also. As I said, family objects are there. We can bring family object and we can place the doors and windows also. But now I'm going to do a basic level. So in order to know that what is a room size, so I'm just going to write here. So we have a door at least 3 feet. We can go for 3 feet size and then we can go for 9-inch. Then again we go for 3 feet, then I'm closing it. So this is my door. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy and just taking up duplicate part. Now I'm going to add a middle line and then I'm just going to use it as a window now. I hope now understood. Now let's see how I'm going to do it in the screen. So copy this again and then keep it out separately. So now this is going to be a window, this is going to be door. Now what you can do, just rotate it 90 degree. Just click it and rotate it. Right. So 2 windows are there, 1 doors are there. Even you can rotate this also. Right. Rotate it. Now door is ready. Now wherever you want to place the door, you can select this and place the door and place the window. Now see how I'm going to do. Copy this. CP is the command, copy command, enter. Click a base point. So specify the base point where you're going to select. So either you're going to select the midpoint or you're going to select the end points. So whichever end points you're selecting, you can select. I'm going to select this corner. Now ortho off. Make sure you off the ortho, or else you can't move it inside the diagrams. So I'm moving to off ortho. Now I'm just going to keep it here as a door, and second door I'm just going to keep it as a backside of this part. So two doors I have placed it. One more door I need to place in this wall. I'm just going to take this again, CP, enter, go ahead, place the door. Right, so we have placed 3 doors now. Next, window, copy this, select. Now in this wall I'm just going to keep a window. Over here I'm just going to keep a window. Done. Right, so 2 windows I placed. Similarly, copy this, select and copy this corner. I'm just going to keep a window here. I'm just going to keep a window 1 and window. Right, so now vertical size we have placed the windows. Right, now what is the next command I want to use? I want to use trim. So what is trim? We want to keep an opening for the doors. So what is the command for trim? TR. So TR is for trim. So use this command for trim. Just press enter and select the object to trim. So go here, just select and drag it. Now see the screen. I'm just dragging it downward. You can see that the lines are getting trimmed. So very easy to do. Just type TR and select where the trimming is required. I want to trim this portion. Just bring it the line across it and release your mouse cursor. Now again I'm doing, select a mouse cursor from here and drag it, trim. Again over here, trim. So this is how the trim commands work. So now you can see very clearly your room is ready. So openings are provided, windows are ready. The next part which I'm going to do is all about the text, and then I'll go for dimensions. So what is text? I want to give some labeling for this rooms. So without that the diagram will not be good looking. So how to give my labeling? So go for multi-text. So that's called empty, multi-text. Go for this command, enter. Now what you want to type here? So I'm just going to type something called a living room. So you can caps on. So I'm just going to go for living room. Right. So if you know the dimension, you can type the dimensions also, 10 feet by 12 feet. And make sure this is to be noted. So we never use star. So please avoid using star. So this is not a right format to use in diagram. So never ever use this asterisk symbol in dimensions. Avoid using it and try to put only X. Right. So this is the room size. The next part, similarly, if you type space button, so you just type the space bar button, so you get the previous command activated. So go ahead again. So this is going to be some study room. Just let me take for example or study room. So this is going to be 8 feet by 15 feet. I'm just taking for example. You can drag this. You can drag this as per the requirement. So right. So this is how we get the dimensions and labeling. If you go and measure the dimensions, again you can place the dimensions. So always go with X by Y. So the rule says X by Y. So always measure first X direction, write that in X direction, and measure the Y direction and keep it here. Now you can measure the outer dimensions of the building. Now select this. So you get the outer dimensions of the building. So this is a part we calculate the building. Now if you want to calculate the entire area of this part from top to corner of this building, you can do entire area, what should be the calculation. So these are I'll be teaching in further how to calculate the areas. Right. So this is how we complete a basic plan. Now you can complete this with a good finishing touch. Just make a rectangle box and then you can type the multi-text again. Then you can write your name, everything over here. So we'll make insert the table also. So you can write a name, and you can write your date, title, or client name. Details. So this way we can enter the details over here. So this we can bring it in attributes and tables also. So these data we can bring it in attributes and table also, that I will discuss in further. So this is how you bring it your sketch. Now these are unnecessary, so you can just pull it and you can keep it inside. Just type M and you can move it separately. So now this is the requirement of your building. Okay, so right, so this is how you make up initial planning using a AutoCAD. So I hope this is helpful for you. It is understood now. Next, if you go and layout, you see in the layout also you can switch off this paper and switch off this grid. Now you can see your plan is ready. So this is how we do it. So next we need to know about printout of this basic plan. I want to take a printout in paper. Very simple to do that. Just go for file, go for plot. So once you click on the plot, you should see your printer name. So what is the printer name is available, you can see the printer name, and here you can go for which type of format you need. I need in JPG or in a PDF, so you can select that. So I want to go for a PDF, go for drawing to PDF file. So here the paper size, which paper size you are using. So I'm going to use my A4 and select the layout. So if this current layout, if you see the preview, it will be showing like this. So current preview shows like this. This is the plan, but exactly I want to utilize my full size of the paper. So how do I want to do it? So I just prefer to go with window. Now here is the option window. Now select fully from this corner, just click from this corner to this corner and fit to the paper, center to plot, and then you see the preview. Now you can see that it has been taken full size paper. Very clear to see the diagram is fit to the paper and easy to read the dimensions. So this is how you want to make a diagram in AutoCAD. So if your dimension is not visible, it's very small, or it might be an enlarged one, then your diagram will not be looking good enough. So be a professional drawing when you practice with the dimensions, practice with the text size, practice with the dimension tools. So these are the important things for the beginners who are using AutoCAD. So once you start doing practicing, then you learn how to make your skills in AutoCAD. Right. So just press escape, you come back. Now here is another one more option. Either if you're using layers, that is colors, so you can go for the type of monochrome or grayscale. So I prefer to go with a black and white printout. You can go for black and white, so monochrome, and we have already seen a preview, and this is nothing but portrait or landscape, which size you need it. Click OK now. Just save the diagram on the screen. So you can go for basic plan. Okay, just go for it, save. So it's get saved in PDF. Now you can go to your desktop and you can see this file get open. So this is how your plan is ready. Now easily you can go for a printout. You can take it for your reference. I hope in this video you clear in this basic plan. So make sure that you use proper settings and then you get back to your sketch. So we will meet you next video in detailed concept of layer properties and how to calculate the areas. Thank you for watching my video. See you.